What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video, COVID and the Charlie Kirk assassination, showed us a lot about people. Let's go. Now, as we all know, last week, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk got assassinated talking at a university. He had a difference of opinion, therefore someone shot him in the neck, killed him in front of his children, killed him in front of his wife, killed him in front of a whole bunch of people that could be traumatized forever. But since then, we have seen a rollout of disgusting human behavior not seen since the time of Nazis. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, or you don't have to, I don't really care. All he had was a difference of opinion for most people. A difference of opinion. And we have people in America, in Canada, in England, everywhere getting fired because they're dancing and celebrating a father getting shot in the neck. Look, he didn't say touch little kids. He didn't say bring back slavery. He didn't say any of those things. He said that at the end of the day, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not even going to get into what he said. Because at the end of the day, what he said was what he fucking said. And he got shot for it. It's ludicrous, ladies and gentlemen, that in 2025, the greatest apes ever known have been fooled by media and governments to believe he's a bigot, a fascist, a racist, some type of phobe. If you don't agree with everything everybody in the media and the government puts out. It's wild. I know we have people getting shot in the neck for difference of opinion. But the point of this video is there are now people getting fired for their disgusting reaction to his death. And we're going to take a look. Because y'all fucked up.
Yesterday at 5 p.m., I was fired from my job for posting a video saying I don't care about Charlie Kirk's death. That was my job. That was wasn't really just my job, it was my identity too. That's been my whole career.
You're about to start crying because you got fired from a job. Charlie Kirk got fired from life in front of his fucking family. And you went online to say that you don't care. And now you're more upset than you lost your job than he lost his life. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a fucking sociopath.
Some American workers have had their jobs placed on the chopping block after publicly mocking the assassination of Charlie Kirk in Utah on September 10th. Immediately after the shooting, graphic video footage of Kirk's death spread online, along with cruel jokes about the right-wing influencer.
Charlie Kirk was just shot in the neck. This is a cause for celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, ratchet people have ratchet behavior, and you think this is cause for celebration because you live in your basement apartment and some government ain't housing. You think this is celebration time because that dude got shot in the neck? Okay.
He had it coming.
He had it coming? He had it coming? Do you want to go back 100 years ago? All you bitches got it coming. All you.
He only had himself to blame.
I mean, I'm not saying I wish death upon someone, but that's what I'm f***ing saying for this motherfucker.
That... Man, during COVID, I learned that a lot of people are cowards and little fucking tyrants if they could be, right? Do you remember? Put on your mask! Do you remember those people? 6 feet! Do you remember? Do you remember all that crazy shit? Everybody losing their goddamn fucking mind during COVID. You saw who everybody really was. The minute that the 2 weeks was up and y'all just fell for it, keeping the mask on, doing all the shit that you think you're supposed to do because government daddy told you to, and now we have this. People are showing absolutely how fucking gross they are because they saw somebody post it and you think it's okay to share your fucking vile, horrible, whorish, cuntish fucking response of a dude getting shot in the fucking neck in front of his kids? Y'all garbage. Human garbage.
A number of American companies have sacked their workers, from Delta pilots to MSNBC pundits and public school teachers, after they were found mocking the disturbing assassination. In a social media post, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said that American Airlines pilots who were caught celebrating the assassination were immediately grounded and removed from service. Delta Airlines also suspended a number of employees after they shared social media posts that went well beyond healthy, respectful debate. Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee called for a Middle Tennessee State University employee to be fired after she wrote, "Looks like old Charlie spoke his fate into existence. Hate begets hate. Zero sympathy."
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fucking moron because this man was not full of hate. He didn't scream, he didn't yell, he didn't shoot, he didn't cuss. He was a biblical man. I'm a goddamn atheist at the end of the day, okay? This man was a biblical man. He was trying to show people at the end of the day the best way forward is hard work on your own. The best way forward, whether you believe it or not, is religion in his opinion. He wasn't telling anybody that they're human garbage. He was telling you you need to change your behavior, buck up, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, that type of shit. Look out for yourself. Don't fall for the government. Don't fall for the fact that you've been convinced that America's the worst nation ever. Mind you, if they're the worst nation ever, why the fuck is everybody walking there?
The university told CNN the employee was fired effective immediately. GOP Rep Nancy Mace of South Carolina also called for the firing of a public school teacher who posted online that America became greater after the assassination. The district later told local news that the teacher was no longer employed with the district. MSNBC analyst Matthew Dowd was axed from the network after he seemed to imply just moments after the shooting on air that Kirk's awful words led awful actions to take place.
And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, horrible words. Cunt, whore, shit, nigger, piss, fuck, cuck, whatever. They're words. They're just words. I know some people like, he said the N-word. It's just a word, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all can't just get this mad at people for words. They're words. How have we been convinced in 2025 and way preceding this that words are violence? Violence is violence. You ever get punched in the fucking face? You ever been called a bitch? I promise you, if I hit you in the face and I call you a bitch, you're not going to remember I called you a bitch, but you're going to remember for a long time I punched you in the face. Knock off the bullshit. Words are not violence. Violence is fucking violence. He got shot in the fucking neck. That's fucking violence.
An Office Depot employee at a Michigan store was fired after allegedly refusing to print flyers about Charlie Kirk for a customer. The company called the incident completely unacceptable and insensitive.
So, unfortunately,
So they say they don't print political propaganda.
There even appears to be a coordinated effort behind the widespread firings with a doxing site called Expose Charlie's Murderers that gathered information about people who made posts about Kirk. The site, whose domain was registered anonymously and is no longer accessible, said it had received nearly 30,000 submissions as of Saturday. In some cases, online supporters of Kirk are even taking matters into their own hands to get mockers fired from their jobs.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. All I do is being like, hey, just so you know, I saw this video that one of your employees put out, thought you might want to see it. And I do not contact the employer ever again. Let's get into it. Lucas from Wisconsin, you're fired. Shelby from North Dakota, you've been fired. Mary from Louisiana, you've been fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, a father got shot in front of his children, and it wasn't Hitler, it wasn't Mao, it wasn't Stalin, it wasn't anybody of the sort. It was a gentleman who had a difference of opinion on the way you should live your life. He didn't enforce the opinion. He didn't have hatred for his opinion. It was just an opinion. And somehow in 2025, we are the greatest civilization in human history, at least in recorded history that we're aware of. We have the most technology, the most advancements, the most health care. We live the longest. We're supposedly the safest. We have the most connections. We have the greatest life ever. And we have fucking human garbage out there stabbing women on buses, shooting Charlie in the neck. Some dude in California just chopped off another guy's head in front of his family with a machete. Maybe at the end of the day, we need to start removing those from society who don't want to play by societal rules. When we go to the theater, you shut the fuck up, you watch the screen, you keep your mouth shut, you laugh, you awe, you cry, you scream, you leave, and you had a good time. If you don't understand the societal rules of a movie theater, you ain't gonna understand the societal rules of fucking society. Charlie Kirk's spouse, his children, I'm so sorry people are saying these things about your father. I'm so sorry at the end of the day that the human race is this disgusting. People talk about slavery. Slavery was a terrible thing. The people who talk like this, you may think you're above it. You're the exact same vile human piece of shit that would have kept Charlie on a fucking chain 150 years ago, regardless of skin color. Don't get it twisted. You are the fucking problem. Charlie Kirk was not the problem. Charlie Kirk was an honest man who debated people freely in an open space. You went online to celebrate the murder of a man in front of his children. I hope you lose your job. I hope you become homeless. And I hope you learn a fucking lesson. At the end of the day, human life is very precious, whether if you fucking believe it or not. And at the end of the day, Charlie, rest in peace. Godspeed to everybody who witnessed that. I hope you get some counseling. I hope you get some damn help. And I hope I can wake up one fucking day and see some goddamn good news in the morning. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Say something about Charlie in the comment section. I'll make sure that do get you fired. I'm out.